Do what thou wilt, should be the whole of the law. Fred or Oz again. Wanted to make a video today. Somebody requested that I make one about what books you should buy, or like where's a good place to start as far as the books are concerned. Now, before we get started, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, like the video, and leave me a comment below. Maybe comment some good books for the new people. And consider joining the Patreon. There's a link in the description below. It helps me toward my retirement. All of the money goes into a retirement account. And or you could buy a t-shirt. There's a link below the video. And the little window that pops open doesn't show you all the designs, so make sure you click all the way through to the store so you can see all of the other designs. There's some way better ones than what are shown below the video, in my opinion. So, now, first of all, in my Oz Speaks series, if you go back, it's either episode 0 or episode 1, I talk about some books to buy in that video. I encourage you all to go back and watch that whole series. There's a lot of helpful stuff in there for beginners, okay? So, obviously, the first most obvious thing you should get is the Book of the Law, okay? And that's where, in my opinion, everybody should start with the Book of the Law, all right? Now, beyond that, it kind of depends on what pathway you're taking. Like, if you're a very intellectual person and you want to just focus on Crowley's material, then I would say that the first couple of books that you should pick up are Liber ABA or Magic Book 4, Liber ABA, okay? And then also another really good one is Gems from the Equinox. Gems from the Equinox was, like, as far as Crowley's actual material goes, was the book that was my mainstay back in the 90s, okay? It has a lot of the material in it. And the one thing that it has that Liber ABA does not have is the Vision and the Voice, okay? And that's a very important document. So, if you want to read a book that will help you to understand Crowley's material, then I highly recommend Lon Milo Duquette's book, The Magic of Aleister Crowley. Okay, that book in its original form, it was called The Magic of Thelema. That book was instrumental in helping me to understand the rituals. Is it The Magic of Aleister Crowley or The Rituals of Aleister Crowley? I think it's The Magic of Aleister Crowley. But Lon's work is really good for beginners, like all of his work, okay? So I suggest that you support him and buy his books. Lon's a really great guy, and he's a really good author. And like I said, that book helped me to more easily navigate Crowley's material. So I recommend that to a lot of people to start out as their primer to Crowley's work, okay? But with that said, as far as Crowley's material goes, Liber ABA and Gems from the Equinox are really good places to start. Another book that's kind of hard to find, okay, it's out of print, is Magic Without Tears. And that is a great book. It is Crowley. It's a collection of letters that Crowley wrote to someone who was like asking him questions and stuff. And this happened, these letters were written later in Crowley's life, when he was an old man. So he had lots of time to, live his life and to fully develop his thoughts and opinions. And I think that Magic Without Tears is a really great book, okay? Now, there's something to be said, okay? A lot of this stuff is out of print. There's a lot of the books that are out of print. I believe Liber ABA and Gems from the Equinox are in print, I believe. But like the Holy Books of Thelema, okay, if you go to a site called Conjoined Creations, they have a little book called Thelema that is the Holy Books of Thelema, okay? The Holy Books of Thelema is out of print, very expensive to pick up, but that little book, Thelema, is a great addition from Conjoined Creations, and it's not expensive, so that's another one that I would pick up, okay? Now, mostly all of this stuff is available on the internet as well, and, while years ago I was really like focused on having real physical books, like, I realize that some of these books are pricey, and that not everybody can pick them up. So you can go to like hermetic.com and sacredtext.com or Ape of Thoth, and you can download or read these books online, okay? And if you go to the Oz Speak series, like I recommended, in one of those videos, one of those earlier videos, I actually break down the classes of documents and like give you really good starting points in that video. So again, go back and watch the Oz Speak series. Just watch the whole series. There's some really good information in there for beginners, okay? I don't really have a lot more to say when it comes to books. Now, for more intermediate study, still Liber ABA is a book that can last you a long time. It's got damn near everything that you need in it, okay? But if you can pick up some of the more obscure books, and the Book of Lies is a really great book. The 8 Lectures on Yoga is a really good book that I enjoyed. Obviously the Equinox, but the Gems from the Equinox has a lot of that material in there. And if you're trying to go down the path of AA, okay, Gems from the Equinox has a lot of good stuff in there. And also there's another one by Jim Eshelman called The Mystical Magical System of AA, or maybe Magical Mystical. But that I do not own, but it is supposed to be a really good book. Everybody that I've heard that has it loves it. That helps you, it's basically walks you through the system of AA. That's a really good one. I could just sit here and go on and on and on of books to buy. But if you want to read something before you dive into Crowley, I recommend that Lon Milo Duquette book. Okay, and then, at least for me, Gems from the Equinox was a really great book for me. And Liber ABA, or Magic Book 4, okay, that is a really great book, okay? It has magic and theory and practice in it, and it has a lot of the stuff from Gems. It has the Book of the Law. It has a lot of stuff in there. Pretty much almost everything you need is in that book, okay? If you get Liber ABA, which is Magic Book 4, okay, if you get Book 4 and you get Gems from the Equinox, they're both really thick books, okay? Those are fantastic books. If you have both of those books, like, you have just about everything you need, okay? Now, there are a lot of other materials, and a lot of it's not in print, guys, okay, to be honest with you. If I was gonna pick up one book that is not in print and pay a bunch of money for it, it would be Magic Without Tears. Liber Aleph, a lot of people like Liber Aleph, the Book of Wisdom or Folly. A lot of people like that book. Personally, I'm not a huge fan. There is a lot of cool stuff in there, but that book kind of comes off as just cocaine ramblings to me. There is a lot of good stuff in there, don't get me wrong, and a lot of people, that's their favorite one. So you might check into that one. I believe it's in print. You can probably pick it up pretty cheap. That's the book, Liber Aleph, Aleph, the Book of Wisdom or Folly. Okay, that's a good one. And then again, the Book of Lies, Magic Without Tears, the Holy Books of Thelema. Pretty much all that stuff is in Gems and Book 4. But if you want a nice little addition, that Conjoined Creation book is really nice, little hardcover, and I would recommend that you pick that up. Other than that, guys, that you just have to keep picking them up and keep picking them up. There's so many of them, and a lot of them are expensive and out of print, and there's a lot of Thelemites who are really into buying expensive editions and buying out of print books. And it's a tragedy that the OTO has not kept some things in print like they should have, but there are books out there for you to pick up. Again, go back and watch the Oz Speak series. Get familiarized with some of those, especially those first few videos. Familiarize yourself with that stuff. There's a lot of good information in there. So I appreciate you watching. Subscribe to the channel. like the video to help it get pushed out to more people. Leave me a comment below. You guys leave comments, the more seasoned Thelemites, to help the new people. And consider joining the Patreon. The link's in the description below. Support the channel. Help me build a retirement. And maybe buy a t-shirt. I appreciate your support. Thanks for watching, guys. Love is the law. Love under will.